Robin Saidman, and I'm 64.
Robin, tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you up? Tell us a little about your past and tell us a little bit about your present.
My past, I have been a photographer from the year dot. Mainly fashion, a bit of photojournalism. Actually photojournalism, then fashion, then I went back to photojournalism, and that's where I am now.
And you're somewhere else now. Where are you else?
And I'm wondering how many years I'll still get commissioned to go around the world. So I've now refound my roots in the fashion business, making shirts.
And they're very fabulous shirts, I want to add. I mean, you're wearing one of them.
Yeah.
I'm wearing one of them. And here's like piles. They're amazing shirts. And I'm showing them on the camera a minute.
There you go.
And then
they're very light and fluffy.
What's your company called?
And they have a beautiful shape. Yeah.
They're those amazing shirts. I mean, they feel like you're wearing air, but they're just like really sort of sexy and fabulous.
If you live anywhere where it's hot, this is the shirt.
What
it's called Duck and Weave.
Yeah.
There you go. Duck and Weave.
Duck and Weave. What's the inspiration? Why shirts? Why now? I mean, I think the whole thing about not...
The basic reason for this, which you might already be able to tell, is I can't sell myself as a photographer at all, and never have been able to. But apparently I can sell a shirt. It's like not me, but it's great. So that's really the reason. I had to find something with a product I can use my photography on it. But I've been always fascinated with shirts. At school, you know, we used to wear those shirts without collars, put studs in front and back and change the collar each day, but wear the shirt for as many days as you could get away with it. So I used to photograph those. When I became a fashion photographer, I would find those shirts on Jermyn Street with pretty colors and put them on my wife, and we'd go and take them to Tunisia, and that was styling. So I've always had this shirt thing going, somehow or other.
So shirts were a passion?
Shirts have always been a passion, and it's the only thing as a guy. You know, my underwear is pretty boring.
So what I'm really interested in is you, which is a similar thing happened to me and Mabel. You realized at the age of 64 that you weren't going to be dragged around the world photographing wars or events or things anymore. And what was going to, you know, was this kind of a what's going to take me into my 80s? How can I continue to work and make money and be creative every day, sort of?
Well, two things. First of all, I realized a long time ago, it just took me a long time to put it together. And it wasn't that ever made me money. So I've always been thinking about how should I do something that would provide an income without me actually showing up every single day. So I've always wanted to have a product, and fashion's an actual, you know, that I've seen behind the scenes of the fashion business. So I know it's not brain surgery, because I wouldn't try and do that.
And how would you advise people? Because I mean, people are always asking me, you know, I don't want to do what I'm doing now. I want to do something that I can have control over. I want to do something that I don't, like you said, would have to show up and be, you know, have the big boss over my head, maybe tap me. How do you, for the people out there who haven't done this, how do you do this? How do you all of a sudden have a whole line of fabulous shirts that your friends come over and, okay, yes, I'm buying some.
No, it really did. It really did take a long time. I mean, I guess one has to be passionate because of all the obstacles that. I mean, I started with shirts in India, getting shirts made in India, and people loved them, but you could never get them made in enough quantity that mattered. Then I took fabric from Italy to India, but they came out horizontal stripes instead of vertical stripes. I mean, I've made every mistake you can make, but gradually by talking to people, and I do have friends in the business who've been very generous with their information, and I follow lead after lead, so finally I have a great fabric supplier, a great workshop in New York City that makes them. All this each thing took a year or two to sort out, and who knows if it's sorted yet. We'll see. And putting a website together, it's just one step after another, painfully slow. But it's been probably 7 years since I first thought I need to do this seriously, to actually launching the website this week.
Well, congratulations on launching it this week, and the website looks great, and we're going to put up a link to it. So the advice to people, you'd say, is it just doesn't happen overnight. You have to really...
Yeah, you have to be passionate enough that when a lead comes up, you follow it, and patient enough that when there's nothing to do, while that idea is lying fallow, you're getting on with other stuff, so that when it comes back in your sights again, you can go for it again. I mean, that'd be my story. You know, it's lots of starts and stops. I'm not saying, I don't think it's that hard, but I haven't been able to put all my attention on it because I'm meanwhile traveling around the world earning a living and looking after a family and doing things.
What would you say the hardest part? What was the hardest piece of the puzzle?
Wow. I don't know what the hardest piece of the puzzle was, but I know I regard absolutely key as having a great relationship with the workshop. Once that was sorted out, I had the confidence to really go forwards, and a great person to help advise me on fabrics, on where to get them, because not being in the business, I really didn't know that. Those are the two essential things that allowed me to go forwards. And then I just shared the idea with friends and sort of thrive off their enthusiasm. You know, anything about photography, I'd be so precious and bottled up about it, I would just keep it to myself. But the shirt thing I've been talking about for 7 years. So everybody knows that I'm wanting to do something. And they give you stuff. You give out energy, they give you back something.
I think people are always looking for the perfect shirt. I mean, people, it's a great,
yes,
great item.
I just love, when I see a shirt that I like, I get excited, and it's very rare. If I see a guy on the street wearing a shirt I like, I stop him and ask him where he got it and what it cost. And often it's TJ Maxx for $8, but I still love the shirt.
So 3 pieces of advice for people sitting in their sort of, you know, offices or their rooms and wanting to follow a dream, and they're not 40 or 30 or 20. What do you do?
Research it, find out everything you need to know, talk to everybody, knock on doors, and who knows? I mean, we have yet to know if it's going to work. So I don't take my advice too literally, but I wouldn't give up. Don't give up the day job. I'm still doing my day job. All the usual things, same things you'd say to a 20-year-old actually, who still has to get through college and, you know, finish that college and work on the other stuff.
Do you feel like you have a whole new sort of life ahead of you now?
I think it really does open up my mind to the possibility of really doing, and even for my photography, I mean, I just shot the website in a couple of hours, but I would love to spend a month and shoot some really beautiful pictures for it. I haven't got there yet, but so it opens up that opportunity too.
Well, I think they're fabulous. I love you. Duck and weave. I'm going to put up the link. I'm wearing one now, and it's just like, it's wearing a piece of the ocean. Can you see everybody? Anyway, Robin Saidman, the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being inspiration for starting a new business at this stage in your life.